Good morning. Good morning, my friends. It is Sunday. I know I say this every week, but I can't believe it. I can't believe how fast time goes. But you know what? That's when I started talking, I didn't know that we were going to lead right into the theme because the theme for the new jam is slow. But before we talk about the new jam, we got to talk about the old jam. Sunday Zine Club number 8 is ending today, and we have a little bit of an unusual situation because let me get over here to my window. It's not actually over yet. Usually it goes 10 to 10, right? Because I stream at 10, so I decided it would be 10 to 10. But it actually goes until 6:55 my time, which is Pacific, which means you still have 8 hours left. 8 hours, 49 minutes. You still have 9 hours left to make a zine. So if you're still working, you can still get it in there. You've got time. We had a fantastic turnout. Thank you so much to everyone who made a zine. We're not going to go through all of them, but we're just going to look at these amazing covers. The green was inspirational, I guess. We've got some photo zines. We've got flowers. We've got prehistoric creatures. We've got greens outside my window. In my green era. We love it. Thank you so much for joining in, for taking a chance. Definitely, if you love this jam, go check out everyone's zines and please leave a comment. Tell them what you think, because that's how we keep this going. You know, we encourage each other. We keep each other going. That little bit of like, hey, I saw your thing and it looks cool. I like this thing. How did you do that? Ask some questions and share it. You know, if you've got a blog, share the zines. Tell other people. Tell other people about what we're doing over here. That would be awesome. And now, so I will definitely, like I said, I'm not going to go through them all right now. But I will do that later. We are going to look at number 9. Was my history there really embarrassing? I didn't look. Number 9. Oh, wait, April. I totally wrote April 4th. Why did I write April 4th? That was very weird. Why did I write April 4? Okay. We got to fix that because that's definitely wrong. 27. Why did I have it? I wrote that in the description below too. Oops. I don't know why I had that in my head. March 30th to April 4th, that only gives you 5 days to make a zine, so that's not true. April 27 is the deadline for this one. So the theme is slow. There we are. The theme is slow. I was going through, if you ever have an idea for a theme, just, leave it in the comments. You can send me an email. I'd love to hear it. Oh, you can't see that. My window's going down off the bottom. Ooh, sorry about that. The theme is slow though. Let's go look at designer. So this is the cover here. It's a photo of a bed with some shadows. So it's like all rumpled sheets and everything. Like I was saying, if you ever have an idea for a theme, send it on. We'd love to do it. We'd love to explore something. So this was a theme suggested in an email a very long time ago. She probably doesn't remember, by Bev Hickson Snook, who's here on YouTube. You can check her out. So she suggested something about like doing things slowly, and I liked that. And I like that for this time of year as well too. Because this spring time, where, here in the north where I live, it's spring, but it's also, it goes back and forth a lot. Like just this week, the middle of Canada got a lot of snow. And we're almost into April. So that's very normal. That's very normal for us, And here it's just been rain. Oh, it's been rain like every single day. Not today, it looks like. Yesterday, yes. Today so far. You never know though. So it's that time of like spring, we're all waking up, right? We're all waking up from our winter hibernation, but it's not yet time to really start running because we got to go slow. And then I feel like this works really well for our friends down in the southern hemisphere as well too, because they're heading into autumn. So that's also a rather slow time. So that beginning of June, where it's just like we're easing into this. We're easing into it. So we are doing a zine. Here we go. So that was my green zine. And I posted a video last week that was kind of like a compilation. I'd been thinking about this for a while, where I do these streams and they're amazing. Lots of fun. I really enjoy doing this. But sometimes it can be kind of a long video, right? Do people want to sit down and watch like an hour and a half of me just rambling and then maybe make a zine in it? So I was like, I could take the live stream and just cut out the part where I was actually working on the zine. And it turned out that part was like 14 minutes. It was rather hilarious. You know what? It might actually been like the actual time of me working on the zine was actually less, because I left in a little chunk in the middle where I was talking about the jam. So like the actual time that I was working on this zine in pages on the stream was probably like 10 minutes. And then I printed it and I colored it. We got it right here. I don't know what my big camera looks like. Ooh, there we go. Here we go. Asparagus and lime, fern and honeydew, seafoam and clover. That's the zine. So I colored it on camera, put that all together into like a little compilation video to show folks. And it turned out to be 24 minutes. And I was like, that's a great title of like, if you've got 25 minutes, you can make a zine. We're going to make a zine today. I don't know what it's going to be. Do you know what it's going to be? Do you have an idea yet? Not yet. I want to drink my coffee before it goes cold. I made it right before. So right now it's nice and hot. It's nice and hot right now. Let me tell you a little story about Saturday. I teach an online class in the morning, and then I always take a nap afterwards because it just, it wears me out. And I had this idea that I should make a short about the Sunday Zine. You might have seen I made one last week. I was very happy with that. I'd like to do that every time that I'm not streaming on a Sunday. I'd like to have a short that's like promoting the jam. But I was thinking yesterday, I was like, I have to choose the theme and I have to make the cover, and I hadn't done it. And the whole day I was like, I should do it on camera. I should show the process of like, how did I find that image? How did I put that image together and all of that? And you know what I did instead yesterday? I didn't do that. I watched The Pit. I watched The Pit like all day. I'm not done yet, so no spoilers. But that's my new obsession, my new thing. ER, back in the day, ER is like a really special show to me. It was kind of like the first grown-up show that was like my show. It was on at 10, and I was really young back then. I was like, I was 12 when it started. I was not allowed to stay up that late, and I actually excuse me, I negotiated with my parents to let me stay up late on Thursdays only so that I could watch ER. That's how special that show was to me. So to see The Pit today, of like, Dr. Carter is back in the emergency. It's amazing. If you love medical dramas, you should watch The Pit. It's a very good show. But my point is that I didn't make that video yesterday that I meant to make. So I actually got up early this morning and made it. So I will edit it later and put it up today. But it was a good idea. I just couldn't get myself to do it yesterday. It would have been a great idea if I did it yesterday, but I ended up doing it early this morning. Anyway, that's the Sunday Zine cover. That's what the cover looks like. So, but today we got to do something new. So, what do we do? First thing we got to do is open up a new template. You know, the other thing that I've been trying to do for like a month. Oh my gosh. The other thing I've been trying to do is remake all of my templates. I want new. That's what I want. I don't want to open. New. Template. I want to remake all of my templates and make a video about how to use them. And I haven't done it yet. And if anyone knows, is it like defaults? No. Okay. If anyone knows how to make OBS not do this, it's so annoying. The windows are so weirdly sized. You know, I'll admit, one of the reasons, one of the pieces of friction, right, that stops me from making more stuff is every time you open OBS, you have to rearrange all the windows. You got to rearrange everything and make it look good again. It doesn't stay. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing that there's like defaults that I can set or something. All right, this is our template. We've talked about this before, about how I'm kind of feeling like I'm in a little bit of a rut with this template, that I gotta like break out and try something new. And I do still think that is true. I do still want to experiment a little bit more. Oh, my laptop isn't plugged in. Oh, 1 second. Let me plug that in. I think I was rearranging furniture. I have this green screen. I just made it. Like, it's just poster board, the green poster board taped onto like an old whiteboard. And it's just too small. It just doesn't work. And so every time I'm like, maybe this way, maybe that way, maybe if I do this and hunch down here. That last video that I made with the green screen, I was actually in my armchair with the green screen propped up behind me, and I was like using the back of my head to hold up the green screen. It was very low budget. All right, first thing we're going to do. What are we going to do? We need to save. That's the very first thing. Before you do anything, you need to save your file. Always be backing up. That is my motto. This microphone can come down, can't it? I feel like it's in my way. All right, today is 250330. Nice little symmetry there. And we're going to call this slow. One of the main reasons I really wanted to make that video, that last one that I posted about the green zine, about making the green zine, is because it really highlights exactly what I love about doing these live streams, is that I will sit down with you all on camera and open up this template and like go back through my streams, and like every single time I open it up, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to make today. I don't know what we're going to do today. How often do I sit down and I know what my idea is? I know what this zine is going to be. I don't, right? Slow. Oop. Slow. That's all I know. Right? Actually, you know what? Let's fix this template right now. We are going to fix this template right now because it has said 2024 for 3 months now. And it needs to say 2025. All right. We're going to go back and we're going to change that to title. We're going to save this as a template. We are going to save it as saved. Do I get to change the title of it if I save it? Okay, yes. My mini zine. Okay, there we go. We saved it. I don't know. Could you see that? Did you see all that the modals there? I never remember if you can or not. That's how easy it is to make a template, by the way, which is one of the reasons why I want to make that video, because it's so easy to make templates. It's just a matter of building what you want and then just saving that. And you save it as a template, you add it to pages, and then you can use it over and over and over again. That's it. Okay, now we can actually change stuff. Sunday. That makes me think all the different references to Sunday. Maybe we just make a Sunday zine today. That could be an interesting one. March 30. Because, here's what I thought. The very first thing, when I said Sunday, I was thinking Sunday in the Park with George. Because there's the song that goes, Sunday, and it's just like building and building. That's like Act 1 conclusion song, I think. It's like the one right before the intermission. And then I was thinking Sunday, 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 which is like monster truck stuff. I don't know if this is just because I don't have cable or, a television that is hooked up. I do have a TV. I just very rarely use it. And I only use it for DVDs. I feel like there used to be way more monster truck commercials on TV, and now there aren't. And I don't know if that was just like the time, the era that I grew up watching television. Maybe it was like the place, like maybe the fact that when I was growing up, we didn't have cable. We only had over the air because we had the bunny ears. So one of the channels that we got was from Washington State, which is right below us. So like maybe it was just that Washington had more monster trucks than we do. More monster truck events is what I mean to say. They're much more rural than we are. Which, I mean, that's not quite fair to say because BC is also very, very rural. Like 95% of it, right? In terms of land mass. Not to like completely dox myself, but I live like literally on the beach. And so, 7-minute walk. And right across from the beach is Washington. Because I live like that far away from the border. It's really literally right there. I could see it if I go out and walk. I can see the border. The border crossing is what I mean. And the city that's on our side, my city, is a very small city, but very built up. Lots and lots of condos and stores and stuff like that. And the city on the other side is really, really rural. It's like totally residential and big, not really big, but like sprawling houses, ranch houses is what I'm trying to say. Like ranch houses and bungalows. And on this side, it's a lot of condos. So it's way more dense is the point that I'm making. And that's just a very interesting contrast. So Sunday, what are some other Sunday references? I'm thinking Sunday roast, which is usually beef, potatoes. In my family, it would be like something like broccoli or Brussels sprouts. And then, if we're really going all out, Yorkshire pudding. You know what? I kind of feel like we didn't do Yorkshire pudding this winter. Maybe I can convince my mom. Let's do another Yorkshire pudding dinner. Before it's too hot out and we're just out on the deck doing barbecue all summer. Sunday school. Nope. My fingers on the wrong key. Sunday school, which I never went to. We were not a religious family. I did do a couple like youth group events with friends. I feel like I'm totally out of frame here. Sunday. What else do we like about Sunday? Sunday matinee, is that a thing or is that Saturday? I feel like Sunday matinee is a thing, right? Sunday matinee. Sunday is like the day of rest. I didn't even think of that. The when you see the short that I'm gonna upload later, the making of the making of the jam graphic. I tried searching slow on Unsplash, and I was just really kind of unsatisfied. And so the way that I found the picture that I used is searching rest. So thinking about that, day of rest. What is... Let's go to the internet. What is Sunday's Child? Sunday's Child is full of grace. I am Thursday. Do you know what you are? Sunday's Child. Oh, that's not right. No. Full in the face. Tuesday. Thursday's Child is inclined to thieving. That's not the one I'm thinking of. I don't know where that one comes from. Sunday's Child. This is poetry. Oh, that's 2015. Okay, so that's interesting. Monday's Child? Monday's Child is fair of face. Tuesday's Child is full of grace. Wednesday's Child is full of woe. Okay, that's right. Thursday's Child has far to go. Yes. I don't remember that beginning part, though. Is that right? So this one was first recorded in 1838. I feel like there's a different one.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh my god, what? So that was Siri talking to me. I don't know if you heard that, but Siri just suddenly decided that I was talking to it. Maybe we look. Let's look at Wikipedia. Let's look at Wikipedia because it's probably Monday's Child, right? Yeah, okay. Fair of face. I don't remember that. Man. This is definitely... I trust this one, though. The Child of Sunday and Christmas Day is good and fair and wise and gay. Sunday's Child is full of grace, and Saturday's Child works hard for a living. Okay, yada. I guess in my head I had always just focused on like the Wednesday's Child is full of woe, Thursday's Child has far to go. And that had just kind of like stuck in my head. And then I had kind of glossed over the others. But yeah, I remember. I mean, this is definitely correct. I'm not saying it's like a Berenstain Bears problem, right? Where I'm saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying it's wrong, but pages. There we go. I definitely understand why people have stream decks, because sometimes it can be very annoying going back and forth to OBS. No. Text. Body. Child born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay. All right, what other Sunday ideas do we have? I feel like there was always, thinking about the Sunday matinee, I feel like there was always a movie on television on Sundays. It was like the Sunday movie, right? It was like a special kids movie. Sunday scaries. Sunday scaries is like a thing that people say about, because Sunday is like your rest day. You're not doing anything. But also it's the end. It's for some people it's the beginning of the week. Some people it's the end of the week, and like Monday's the start, because Monday is when you go back to work. So that Sunday scaries of like, I wasted my whole weekend. I have to go back to work. And that's definitely true for me, because I have Sunday off, but I work Saturday. So my weekend is Wednesday, Thursday. Sunday. I feel like there should be more. Let's go. Let's go look. Because so I had a comment. I had a comment on that last video about making a zine can be this easy, right? Like, this can be a zine. And they asked for suggestions for beginner zines. And this is perfect. Because, all right there. Sunday Bloody Sunday. Definitely. There's a horse named Sunday Silence. Sunday Shopping has a whole Wikipedia page, which I guess makes sense. I mean, Sunday Shopping is actually very recent. I don't know if it's all of Prince Edward Island or just like Charlottetown, but Prince Edward Island did not have Sunday Shopping, maybe even Saturday as well, until like the 2000s. Like, it's really, really recent that they finally opened stores on Sundays. We could actually probably look it up. We could look it up right now. So Quakers say that Sunday's the first day. And then the ISO standardization it's the 7th day. I kind of like it as the last day. That feels right to me, the way that my weekly schedule works. Di Solis, meaning the day of the sun. I'm just gonna throw that in there. And depiction of Manny, personified moon, and his sister Sol, personified sun. What else is interesting about Sunday? The associated color is red. And the Arabic word is first, so that would make sense. Yeah, and a lot of languages call it after the Lord. Like in French, it's dimanche. Named days. Oh, okay, yeah. Gloomy Sunday. What's a gloomy Sunday? Also known as the Hungarian suicide song. Oosh. Wow. All right, we got the symbol. I'm going to throw that symbol in there. We could definitely find that symbol. It might even be in the what's the word I'm thinking of? Wingdings. Wingdings is the word that I'm thinking of. I'm looking at Whit Sunday, which sounds very familiar to me. Is that like a British holiday? Yeah, okay. That's why I know it. Whit Sunday. The seventh Sunday after Easter. Whitsuntide. Yeah. It's a time for celebration because it's a pause in the agricultural calendar. So you didn't have to do any work. It says, on most manners, he was free from service. It was a pause in the agricultural year. So it was like a real day off. What day is Easter today? Or this year? Easter this year. April 20. 420. That is a fascinating mashup. I wonder if we'll see anything fun on the internet about that. So we got Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday is, there, Sunday Scaries. Also known as Sunday Syndrome, Sunday Blues, Sunday Evening Feeling. It's the anxiety and dread of going back to work. Let's look at Sunday shopping because I want to look up Canada. When did... other Canadian provinces. Because I feel like Prince Edward Island, 2010. So Prince Edward Island did not have full shopping until 2010. So it was only permitted after 12 from Sunday before Victoria Day until Christmas. So the rest of the year, there was no Sunday shopping. They only had Sunday shopping from Victoria Day until Christmas. And Victoria Day is May. That's a weird stretch. May to Christmas Eve. In my mind, we've always had Sunday shopping. Where I live. 1982, the Supreme Court upheld the Lord's Day Act. The court noted that Canada was an overwhelmingly Christian country that had accepted Sunday closing laws for years. So in 1985, the Supreme Court ruled that it violated freedom of religion because we are not a Christian country. We are actually a very, very not Christian country. It's like less than 50%. And the majority of practicing Christians There's like big pockets of it. We're culturally Christian, though. I do admit that. Like I said, I was just looking at Easter because my family still celebrates Easter, even though we are not Christian. We're just culturally Christian. All right, Sunday. We got some ideas. What are we doing with these ideas? This is obviously, when we were going to make this zine. Oh my God, it's already been 40 minutes. I apologize. I'm just rambling. I should call this stream Browse Wikipedia with me, because this is what my brain does. This is why I'm the kind of writer that I am, because I just love exploring little ideas, and I love kind of like digging deep into them and going down these little rabbit holes. One thing I did a lot when I was younger is that I still kind of do it, but I would set these projects for myself. So like, that, did I talk about this in I remember, maybe I talked about this in my notebook video, but like, I would set a project and I would say, okay, this year I'm going to read all of Emily Carr's books, or this year I'm going to read all of William Carlos Williams. One year I did Walt Whitman. One year I did HD. So every once in a while I just get on a little tear, and it's like, I need to know everything. I need to know all that stuff. And then my problem, though, is that I do all that and then I don't make anything out of it, which is why I'm trying to be a little bit better about that. So this is kind of like a little bit of a focus. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to rename this file, because this is, slow Sundays. I don't know. We're going to call it Sunday, because maybe this isn't going to be my slow zine. Maybe this is just going to be my Sunday zine, which feels very fitting, right? That I haven't actually done a Sunday zine. All right, so we got to put Sunday roast on one of these pages. I kind of feel like, no, you know what? We're going to do the definition first. That's going to be the first page. You know what? We might actually do this. Might do this on the cover, because I do like the idea of this symbol being the cover. That's a very me thing to do. I'm going to take this, see if we can. Now we got to see how big can we make this. 100 point. 200 point. 300. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe people are going to think this is a zine about Target. We're gonna put that at the top. No, I can't move it. Yeah, sometimes this happens with again, what's the word? Wingdings. Symbols and wingdings and stuff. So I'm thinking we're gonna move it, because I want it to be higher, and then I want and arrange. And then we're going to put the title below it. And the title is going to be De Solis. It's going to be centered. And it's going to be big. Can we do 40? Yeah, okay. We might. I mean, we definitely have to change. Definitely have to change the font. What do we like? Maybe like something like that. Ooh, that's very fancy. And then I think we go back to the quote. Oops. The quote. Excuse me. Quote from the poem first. And then, I mean, we got to do Sunday Scaries last, right? Because we're talking about. Oh, I think we could do more than one, though. I feel like we could do matinee. I'm thinking like doing a Sunday matinee and then you get the Sunday Scaries later. Sunday school. What does Sunday school go with? Go with monster trucks. Sunday school and monster trucks. Sunday in the Park with George with Sunday Bloody Sunday. I mean, it's not cold yet. It's not cold yet. It's definitely lukewarm, but it's not cold yet. Sunday Bloody Sunday is a great song. But what I'm thinking is that it's not like just a song, it's also like history. So maybe we have a history page. Let's go back to Wikipedia. So what else happens? Oh, there's a computer virus. We should talk about Sunday football, right? No, that's not Sunday football. Like Super Bowl Sunday. We should talk about Super Bowl Sunday. Absolutely. Okay. Let's do monster trucks and Super Bowl. That makes sense. Super Bowl Sunday and monster trucks. And then Sunday school makes sense to me to go with the poem because they're both related to the church. And what is Sunday in Mandaism? Oh, the Mandaean calendar. What is Manday? Mandaean people. Where do the Mandaeans live? Mandaeans live in Iran. All right. Oh, no, it's an ethno-religious group. Okay. I've never heard of them before. There's a large portion in... No, there's a small portion in Iran. Look at that big Swedish population. Is that... See, this is what I'm talking about. You go down a rabbit hole. I'm like, why are they in Sweden? What's going on there? Why did they all move to Sweden? Sweden became a popular destination because a Mandaean community existed there before the war. The Swedish government has a liberal asylum policy towards Iraqis. So before the 2003 war? Following the Iraq war, yeah. Fascinating. People are fascinating, right? You're looking around and you're like, why are you there? Why would you go so far? What was it about it that made you go so far? All right. We're going back. I feel like usually there are common occurrences in media. What was always on Sunday? The X-Files used to be on Sunday. Did it start on Sunday or did it... It was on Fridays and it was on Sundays. I feel like this is important to me because I was talking about ER before, but the X-Files was like my show. I was obsessed with this show. I feel like it must have started on Sundays because one of my mom's favorite stories to tell about me is when I came home from a Girl Guide camp. So over the weekend, came home Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, whatever. And I come running into the house like, turn on the TV, X-Files is on. Because I had gotten home like just in time and I was going to miss it. And of course, back then, if you missed a TV show, right, you couldn't just download it and watch it again. You couldn't just stream it later. That's not the way it worked. Broadcast and release. No. Fridays. It started on Fridays. And then it was moved to Sundays in season 5. No, in season 4 it was moved to Sundays. Okay. That would make sense then. Because I didn't start watching until very late in the first season. I feel like it was very good for it on Sundays, though. Like, it did rather well in the Sunday slot. 1980, 1720. And it was only... And, like, this... That's when David Duchovny left, right? Season 3, season 8. So it did very well on Fridays and Sundays, but you don't see a lot of like primetime shows on Sundays anymore. It's just not normal. I feel like Sunday television is not something that you see a lot anymore. Sunday is for, big events like sports and well, actually, yesterday was the Junos. Why did they do the Junos on Saturday? That's odd. I feel like award shows are always on Sundays. Okay, what were we looking for? Let's go back. What were we looking for? I don't remember. All right, we got to fill in some blanks here. We got to fill in. We got to think about pictures. Think about what can we add? We could definitely add a picture of a roast. Oh, David in the chat telling us Junos go over 2 nights. The televised one is tonight. I saw so many video clips on YouTube. I just assumed that it was last night. So they're doing like the yeah, I guess that makes sense because all the clips that I saw was like, indigenous alternative, traditional indigenous, rock performance, alternative performance. So it's like not the top line awards. Because I don't remember seeing like album of the year, entertainer of the year, that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. Interesting way to do it though. Interesting. Should we go look? Let's go look for. Let's go look for a nice looking roast. I feel like, yeah, Unsplash. I feel like that roast beef is so emblematic of Sundays. Roast Sunday. Roast beef dinner. Ooh. See, now this is what I want. That's a good looking one. That's a good looking one. Wow, that's a leg and a chicken. That's a lot of food. But it does have Yorkshires. Not great. They look a little bit dense. Maybe I search. Excuse me. Apologies. Maybe I search roast. No, this is what I did search. I meant to say Yorkshire pudding. Because that's what I want to see. I want to see, yeah. Right? That's what I'm talking about right there. Yorkshire pudding. This is just showing me Yorkshire. This is just showing me the actual place. And it's showing me pudding. It's showing me lots of puddings. No. No. See, this looks delicious, but there's no gravy. So it looks bare. And it looks undercooked to me. These potatoes, they look spongy. This one does look very good, but that is Unsplash Plus. That Unsplash Plus is what you have to pay for. Yorkshire pudding roast. Interesting. I guess that's pudding, huh? And that's Christmas pudding. All right, we go back to roast beef. I think that's where we're going to get the best one. This is obviously an ad for ThermoPro. Sometimes. This is what I find very amusing about Unsplash. Because I've been using Unsplash for years and years. And more recently, I guess as it's become more popular and... Where's the filter on this? License, there we go. Okay, yeah. Like in the early days, it really was just random people putting their photos up. And you started to see a lot of people that were big on Flickr. They would come over to Unsplash and post their photos for people to use. And now you really do see a lot of advertisement on here. And it's exactly like this, like product placement kind of stuff. You see that a lot. God, that one looks good. I think maybe we go with that one. Now I'm hungry. I knew this was going to happen. But man, I am hungry now. This is not quite like, this looks delicious. But it's not exactly what I'm thinking about when I think about roast dinner, you know? It's like I'm thinking about gravy rather than like a chimichurri. I don't know. What are we doing? I don't know how good that's going to look if I make it really small, too. That's the other thing. What is this scene? What are we talking about? Should we just write? Should we just do some writing? This is what happens. This always happens in the middle, right? If you've ever written a novel, I've written one novel in my lifetime, which is how I discovered that I'm not very good at writing novels. This is one of the reasons why I make zines, is because I just don't write very long. And the thing with a novel is that you have to, what's the word? Like, you have to maintain it over a long period of time. And I really struggled with that because I couldn't hold it in my head, right? I couldn't see it as a whole thing. And I can with shorter books, right? But if you've ever written a novel, there's a moment in the middle that some writers call the long dark night of the soul. And it's that time when you think, this sucks. Everything sucks. And I'll never be able to get through it. I'll never be able to figure this out. I should just quit. And, ooh, wow, this idea over here, that looks great. Let's start doing that, because starting is fun. And maintaining, continuing, persisting is hard. And I feel like I always get in the same place with zines. And that sounds funny because it's like, you're like, Jess, what are you talking about? You've been on camera for 1 hour, 3 minutes. You've written like what? I barely even wrote these words, right? Most of these words I just copied and pasted. How can you be stuck? How can you be stuck in the long night, dark night of the soul? But you get to this middle part and you're like, okay, this was an idea. Now what are we going to make out of it, right? How do we turn this idea into an actual thing? How do we make it a thing? And that's where I'm stuck right now. So let's think. Let's write. Maybe we take, I'm just going to save that real quick. Usually what I do, again, going back to my template, that first page is almost always like an intro, right? I'm just like thinking on the idea. I'm thinking about what is the idea. You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we're going to change this font. I don't know, something about the font that I used for the title. I feel like we should do a serif font in the middle. This is very tiny. Maybe do something like that. A little bit more spacing. That the letters are just so cramped together. Right? That kerning is so tight. There's only one type. There's only medium. Why don't we just do a classic Times New Roman? What does that look like? Times New Roman definitely has more spacing. And that's just a regular. It's definitely procrastination. I admit that. We have another nice book font. Georgia. Georgia's a good one. Oh, that's nice. Georgia has a lot more space. I don't know, Georgia. It just feels more formal. We have like a little save. Let's just write. Let's do like, I don't know if I'm gonna do like a timer. I'm just gonna say, I think I'm just gonna turn off my mic for a little bit and just write. Just kind of like get some ideas out. Sometimes you have to get your ideas out by talking, and sometimes you gotta do it by writing. All right, let's write. All right. I think I have an idea. I think I got something going here. I just kind of started writing. And now it's like I'm narrating the day. And each of these things are going into each other. So this was very different than what I planned, right? I kind of planned it more like a list zine, like I was talking about, like making list zines. I think is really great for beginners because you can treat each page like it's just a separate page. Each page is different, and I really like thinking about zines that way, in that they could be like each page is like a poster. Like each page is its own thing. And it's connected thematically, but it doesn't have to be connected narratively, if that's not quite the right word, but this is definitely a narrative. Right? I started writing about the poem Sunday's Child is Bonnie and Blythe good and gay, and thinking about if I had to be that Sunday's child always, what would that feel like? And that led kind of, without me knowing it, that led into that idea of the Sunday scaries, right? It's like you would have the Sunday scaries for all of your life. And now I'm writing about how we're watching the Sunday matinee of Sunday in the Park with George. And I think that's going to lead into the Super Bowl and the Sunday monster trucks. I keep looking up here at this Sunday and then forgetting what it actually means. So I feel like we're going to switch these two. We're going to switch the roast and the Super Bowl. Although you would probably not want to eat a roast after the Super Bowl because you eat so much during the Super Bowl. I have not watched the Super Bowl in a really long time. We were never really a football family, but we always watch the Super Bowl just because it's an event. And then the thing is that I still have this blank page. We still don't have. So I'm thinking about Sunday in the Park with George, and what I wanted to do was go look up a lyric. God damn, that looks still good. Still looks good. Okay. We're gonna look up some lyrics. That's gonna be. We're gonna do Genius. And I always love the front page of Genius because I always look at it and I'm like, how many of these people have I heard of? And this is amazing because I have heard of Jessie Reyes. I have heard of Ariana Grande. I have heard of Kali Uchis. And I've never heard of Lil Durk. So like 1 out of 4 I feel is really good. I didn't know Ariana Grande had a new album out though. Interesting that she put one out so close to Wicked. Man, now I kind of want to read this. The Toronto R&B singer discusses her new album, her sobriety, and big friggin' lakes. Because if she's from Toronto, she's probably talking about the Great Lakes, which I find fascinating. You know that Lake Superior should be classified as a sea, and the only reason that it is not is because it is freshwater. That's how big it is. What were we going to look at? We're going to look at Sunday in the Park. Sunday in the Park. Sunday. This one. Sunday. Sunday. If you've never watched this, if you've never listened to it, you should listen to it. But if you've never watched it, the original production with Mandy Patinkin and Bernadette Peters is on YouTube if you know where to look. I feel like it's the last bit that we should quote. Because it's just an ordinary Sunday. Georgia, yes. Body. Man, I wish that didn't go to another line. That's just doesn't look nice, huh? We could make it small and make it fit. If we make it big, but make it... No, it still doesn't fit. I sing along to the... I'm like, is it Act 1? I want to say it's the Act 1 climax. Is that true? Is that correct? Gotta look this stuff up. Somebody wrote a post online about how like they look up the spelling to words that they know how to spell just in case they forgot how to spell it. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. Like I do that too all the time. I'm constantly looking things up. Yes, Act 1 climax. That's why I love Wikipedia so much, because you can just like run over there and go, just like, let me double check. Just let me double check everything that I say before I say it. So, the big Act 1 climax. Do we want to fix this? Maybe we do the trees? Does that work a little bit better? I kind of want to... Okay, let's do italics. You know what? Let's do this italics too. I didn't think about formatting this. Italics. And... I don't know. I'm just looking at the difference. Maybe we have a quote for every page. I wonder if we could find a quote for every page. Could be good. Something like, on an ordinary Sunday. But what's ordinary? Oh. I'm using my Magic keyboard because my iMac died. My iMac died a couple months ago and I haven't fixed it. I don't know if I can fix it, which is the thing. It's the reason why I haven't done it. Sorry, I forgot to click over to pages. But I don't love this keyboard. I don't love like those tiny little keys, and it's so small. I feel like I can't, like your hands are so cramped up. But what's so I'm thinking like what's ordinary about a Sunday? All right. We are 1 hour 24 minutes. And this is not done. This is not I feel like I could spend a lot more time on this. So I think we'll call the stream there. I think that we got a good idea. We figured out some of a plan. We still have this last page. Don't know what we're going to do with it. I mean, what we could do, we could make this whole spread about the roast, right? Spread it out over 2 pages. That could work. Man, do I want to keep going or just call it here and do it next time? I think call it here and do it next time. 1 hour, 25 minutes is pretty good. It's pretty good for getting the idea, getting the plan, getting a lot of this done. And it's just a little bit of writing and finishing up. And so we'll finish that on the next stream. So I will say thank you. I will say, you know what I should say? I should say go over to Sunday Zine Club number 9. The link is down there. And join us. Let's see. I'm going to reload the page. Has anyone joined? No, not yet. But that's okay. You got lots of time. April 27th, and the theme is slow. The theme is slow. There you go. There's a little picture. Oh, no, it doesn't open the picture bigger. So the theme is slow. Come join us. Make a zine. And I will see you. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hanging out here and happy zine making. I hope you're making something. I hope you're working on something that you love. That's lighting up. Excuse me. I hope you're working on something that's lighting you up. Thank you for hanging out with me.